I bet. What's happening? Let me get this stuff together. You give me a second. I'm trying to get all my platforms on. Hang on, but I had to hit the live button and then. So y'all stay with me. Okay, that way I can see everything. What's going on, good people? Let me make my title. Where is it at? Y'all hang on, comment. Hold on, YouTube. I got everything on Facebook. Y'all give me a second. Let me see here. This is real talk. Like, I bam. Let me pin. I bet. Okay, I got everything going. 1 minute in. Okay, I can see everything. Okay, cool. Now I can see all the comments and everything. Okay, yeah, I got everything working right. All screens. Okay, cool. Hey, what's going on, good people? Let me see who in here. No, not too many people on YouTube. Let me see who in here on IG. What's happening? Good people. Real Talk Live. Lakeisha Purnell. Devonell. Top Loves. What's happening? Clock Dog. J Muddy. He said, I'm on my way to your level. Man, I love that. That's what's up. I hope you surpass me, fam, for real. I ain't gonna need lie. Wish you nothing but the best, fam. Just make sure if you can surpass me. Straight up. And what's going on, y'all? It's Real Talk Live, something I started earlier this year, but we starting to pick it back up right now. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? I took some time off of it just to really just work my business. Just have some time to myself. I said, but it was well overdue for me to come back with it. So this is another episode of Real Talk Live where I get to talking about, things real life that's happening in the world, including things that's happening in my life, and I touch topics on a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? So, and this gives me a chance to unwind and just kind of build up and just get ready for the work week that's coming up. So let me make sure I get all the screen right. So the introductory to myself, boom. Hey, everybody should know this by now. I'm John Crawley, one man, one more landscaping. I am that guy self-made out of Nashville, Tennessee is my city. I'm definitely putting on for us, man, for real. This is the city where I was born and raised, man. Grew up down here. Went through a lot of ups and downs within this city, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? For real, that helped get me to this level that I'm at right now. And I'm nowhere near scraping the surface on what I would turn into. But I do know consistency is the key. You know what I'm saying? So I always definitely put on for the city of Nashville because like this town gave me back so much and actually gave me an opportunity to shine in one category that I picked, and that's lawn and landscaping, you know what I'm saying? So that I gave it my all and I understood that like the skill is just continued education, whatever you do. So and that's the industry that I do for a living. I know everybody should know that by now. So but yeah, man, this is another episode of Real Talk Live to where, like I said before, we go get into some real life stuff that's going on in the world. I just pulled up some news clips and everything, and we'll kind of touch bases on all of that, or what clips I pick up that I feel like kind of giving some insight on how I feel, and then we'll go on to like different things that I have planned for the night just to make sure that everybody stays, you know what I'm saying, abreast on what's coming up in the near future. It's gonna be a lot of good stuff coming up. You know what I'm saying, including the expo and all that good stuff. What up, Cash Paul? Somebody on one of my people I rock with on on YouTube on my channel. What up, family? So let me go back to my banners. Okay, so what we gonna do is right now I'm finna go ahead and get into like a spotlight of the week. If y'all want to, y'all can go over to my YouTube channel. You can see all the little banners and comments coming across, or you could just stay right here. Everything's gonna be viewed the same. You know what I'm saying? Include Facebook too, because I can't see any of the comments on there because of how the platforms are streaming. But IG is individually on my phone, so I gotta keep it like that. But I mean, next I'm gonna go into spotlight of the week, and the spotlight of the week this week is my team. Let me see here. Let me take it. Let me see here. Okay, I'm trying to maneuver this. Hang on. Hold on. Goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, it's on there. Okay, cool. It's the spotlight of the week. So the spotlight of the week is my team, man. That's my consists of my mom, my two sisters, and my number one guy that helps me out. You know what I'm saying? Just immediate within. And I've already talked about another one of my team members, Daryl Holmes, last week. But them other three people that I just labeled, man, I'm telling you, they helping me kind of keep driving this thing, man. I definitely got to give a shout out to them, man. They always been there for me through all the ups, the downs, the lows, and everything. They never turned their back on me, and they always was able to keep me at a high level of thinking, would just keep me thinking a good thought, regardless on any situation, and they support me in everything. So they definitely getting the spotlight of the week is just the people who close to me, who really helped me get here to this position. You can't never not give them people enough credit. You know what I'm saying? For real, because in them low moments, you know what I'm saying, where like everybody turn their back on you. Not per se turn their back on you, but you at a low point to where like you don't even really want to reach out for help and shit like that. Like people that I always name, you know what I'm saying, my immediate family and my brother Daryl, like they always been there regardless on anything. You know what I'm saying? For real. Just how I am. So I always give them credit because that's part of my team that helped propel me to where I'm at right now. So it's a big shout out to my team, man. Cause like without a solid team and a foundation behind you, you go get there, but it'll be hard for you to stomach everything in the world and just see things from different perspectives and everything. You always need good counsel around, for real. People to tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And they know how to reach you in such a way to where it's not disrespectful. It's not any of that. You need good people like that around you. So shout out to my team. Let me see here what we got next on deck that we go over today. Boom, before we start getting into some topics. You know what I mean? Right now I have the banner going across on YouTube. We is talking about this Equip Expo 2025. It's going down in approximately what's the date, the 21st? In literally almost 32 days. I think the opening day is the 22nd through the 24th. So it's like 31 days away to where we'll be at the Equip Expo. I'll be in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? I got to work my booth. Thank goodness for my team that's helping me with all this stuff in the background. Thank goodness for them. So we got to work my booth. And then also I got to still prepare for this L&L ball. It's the first annual that I'm pulling off. And it's going to be epic. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all just be on the lookout. Equip Expo booth 42002. Y'all come holler at me. I'm going to have guest speakers there, including myself, part of my team. It's all my team that's going to be there. Daryl's going to be there. My brother talking on his categories. Me and him go team up regarding the air raiding and overseeing. And he's going to talk about buying equipment to maximize your profit. He's going to have a whole spiel on this stuff. And I'm going to have the spiel regarding the social media. And I'm also going to be doing the kickoff down there. So, and that's going to be on Wednesday. And my whole itinerary, excuse me, my whole itinerary is getting ready to come out this coming up week. You know what I'm saying? Along with more commercials and everything about what we're gonna offer at the expo. More clippings regarding the Biscuit Lounge, you know what I'm saying? The L&L ball. And to everybody who have got their tickets, hey man, like it's finna be a true movie down there. Now, there is still a chance that some people can get tickets. but there's no way I can do any online. For you to get a ticket, you gonna have to see me at the expo for real. Cause there's no way. Cause I have to have a certain threshold put to the back so I can give out at the expo. So the people who got your tickets, if you see this and you got them recently, you're gonna have to go in and confirm your spot. Cause you're gonna receive an email that you got access to the ticket. You know what I'm saying? You have a slot. Make sure you go in and confirm that you received it so it'll come back on our end and it's accounted for. You see what I'm saying? Just throwing it out there because that L&L ball is gonna be something real beautiful. For real. It's gonna be really elegant in there. Like, and I can't wait to pull it off. And I also can't wait to just to really go down there and work my booth and work my vision just with the whole expo period, because I really appreciate them for like really spinning my clip that when they did an interview with me last year. They have that commercial going crazy right now, like on with paid advertisements. So I'm like spinning everywhere regarding the Equip Expo. And I appreciate them advertising for me because I do have my own booth down there. It's booth 42002. You see it on the YouTube station. So, and I'm gonna come out with all my merchandise line. So that's gonna be the cups that everybody see me drinking out of, with my logos going around it, everything that I naturally been saying for the last year and a half. So, forgive me. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have my cups. I'm gonna have hats. I forgot what other merchandise that I'm gonna have. Something else. Then I'm gonna have I think we're gonna have shirts. I'm not sure. I think so. And I'm gonna have some other little gadgets and everything, giveaways, and then plus we're gonna be doing speaking engagements down there, like I said before. So that's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. It's roughly in like 31 days and count down. So that time's gonna go by fast as hell. And then I gotta prepare for Louisville. And I also gotta get through this air raiding and overseeing season that's getting ready to transpire right now during this shift and weather. Because we're getting ready to drop from the 90s down to the low 80s. And this is like getting into prime time action. So, but people that's going to the expo can't wait to see you down there. It's going to be a movie. So let's go ahead and get off of that one and kind of stay on track, because I don't want to jump around. That way I can hit my key points at the end and we can kind of vibe out and I give y'all some different perspectives. Let me see here. Give y'all some different perspectives on what I think about certain categories. Volkswagen Planet, what up, family? Gerald, it's Posado. I got my tickets. Cool. I seen your name on the list. I did see your name on the list. Let me see. Let me take that other one. Yeah, I did see your name on the list. Yeah, you is on the list. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on, my bad, y'all. I'm looking at the list. Like these are all the people that's gonna come, man. That's one page full, another page, another page, and we dance like 4 pages long right now. So people are supposed to be at the bar. So it's gonna be a good event, man. I appreciate you getting your ticket and everything and locking in. So appreciate that. I said non-stop here in Tampa, Florida. That's real, man. You gotta go and still get to it. He said, Gerald said, yes, sir. Yeah, you definitely on the list, man. I appreciate you tapping in and make sure you got your ticket. Cause this definitely gonna be a movie down there. I ain't gonna even lie. Let me get back to my banners and everything. So we went over Quip Expo. We went on ahead and got that out the way. Let me see what else. Okay. I've already talked about a Quip. Okay, I got a spill. Let me see here. Let me go back. What the heck is going on? Go back to banners. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to get used to this because I ain't been maneuvering on all these platforms at one time like this. So there you go. Get my name back on there. Okay, cool. Right now I got it scrolling across the bottom. Like the importance of customer service. We go ahead. I just need to touch bases on this on how important this is to be able to, as my family like to call it, being able to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And when I say that, with me being in lawn care and landscaping, and also working at St. Thomas Hospital, a place I used to work at, working for a medical doctor's office where I was basically doing everything but seeing the patients in there. Like, I experienced a lot of different people, different ethnic persuasions during those moments, to where I had to engage with people, many of different people. I probably have engaged with any type of person known to man. And just knowing how to maneuver with everybody and get to a midpoint to where it's just simply all about respect. And sometimes just listening to somebody's problem on what they got going on, or just listening to people tell you about themselves, or being able to engage. Like, it could be in many different levels. But if I could recommend anybody do anything, just if you don't have nothing going, or you do got something going, your main thing is need to be just kind of concentrating on, customer service. You know what I'm saying? And that is, and mine's is different because I try to get to know people when I can, and just engaging with people, and opening yourself up so they can talk to you about different things, like on the spot. And that's like it's really a lost art because due to all the division that's being, happening out here. But beyond it all that, but we're working at the hospital, the doctor's office, with me engaging with so many people, regardless on how they view each race, because I know all the division is happening, I was able to always get to the middle point with pretty much everybody, with a lot of them, except a small few. So when I learned that at the 9 to 5, and then transition that whole interaction to be able to deal with pretty much all the races just by driven with respect, has helped propel my business to a whole nother level. And it's just simply customer service. And that's basically just leaving yourself susceptible to have criticism. You know what I'm saying? You go win. But if you strive to be the best and you really attention to detail with your craft, like, your customers will appreciate you so much regarding that point. But if you're not there yet, I always recommend people go to a high level job to where they dealing with a lot of people coming through. So you have to engage with all the races, and just being able to, carry on dialect with them. You know what I'm saying? To get to a midway point, because that would truly help you with your business. There's so much more I can break down that I went through regarding customer service, to where how I see it's so important. And it gets a lot harder when you have a business going on, because then you have to deal with a lot of people. Like, and how I can describe this, the only way I can describe what I'm talking about is like, when I see people go to work, because I used to, when I went to work, I only had to worry about one supervisor that's over me, just one person that I had to report to. And they told me if I'm doing a good job, I'm gonna get my raise and this, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Only one person. When you go into business, depending on what type of business that you have, you might turn that one into 100 supervisors, because they're supervising you providing that service. So you went from one supervisor to, now you got, depending on how many clients you got and what you do, you have so many more supervisors over you that's go critique you of your skill on whatever you in. When you in business, it's just what come with it. But customer service will help you sustain a lot of your clientele. I'm gonna leave it alone at that, because I can get to really talking on this. I might touch back bases on here like every night, just give y'all some different perspectives towards customer service because, and that's being able to get to the midway point with your customers, for real. And that's really gonna help y'all prepare yourself for real. If I can't make it up, but I gotta think more into this to just really lay it out for y'all. But we gonna go ahead to the next thing that I want to talk about, and let's get into the little news recap to see what's going on with these politics and stuff like that. What's going on out here right now? So I got a couple, heavy hitter news networks up right now. I haven't looked at any news or anything since last Saturday. So, and the one thing that's sticking out to me that I'm going to and talk about right now is oh, they had Charlie Kirk's funeral memorial service today. Oh man, okay. I really hated how he got gunned down like that. Cause I don't wish that upon nobody to get assassinated, even though, cause like freedom of speech is real out here. Don't y'all never get it twisted. If you don't like the rhetoric, you don't have to listen to it. But freedom of speech is real. And that guy, Charlie Kirk, from what I'm hearing in the reports, he was a really powerful person at using his dialogue to move people. Like he had a really, for somebody to have like it built up this big, like just off of words, his rhetoric is crazy. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm definitely gonna, because he had the president. I'm looking at clips of his wife's talking. The crowd's like, what I'm saying, cheering and things like that. It's just wild. Some of his dialogue I didn't too much care for, but for him to get gunned down like that, and you know, like he's gonna be a memory for a long time with something of this magnitude happening regarding, the funeral and everything. So, man, I really hate it for him. I don't want to give him too much shame, but I really hate it for him. His family nothing but the best. But some of his rhetoric, I definitely didn't care for. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I haven't did a definite in I haven't read everything or seen everything that he has done with my own eyes. I've been hearing a lot of reports, so a lot of things I just need to see it for myself. But I do know freedom of the speech is real in this country. They can't take that away from me. So you can talk about whatever. And that was a powerful dude on the dialect that he was spewing out here. That's all I'm gonna say regarding that. Now I do see another report regarding these tariffs that the president has put in place is really hurting the farmers out here. I'm seeing stuff like they on the brink of bankruptcy and everything. So that's pretty wild. And all of this news report is coming off. This is CNN's reporting. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So I always like to jump around. So I like to head on to Fox News, and we're gonna see what's going on the more the conservative mainstream. Definitely, man, shout out to Charlie Kirk. They giving him some mean shame. Let me see here. Definitely talking about the guy that assassinated Charlie Kirk, which is interesting. I've always said that because it happened in Utah. That's wild. And the guy that killed him, the same ethnic persuasion. That's interesting. That is really interesting. That's interesting. Not funny, man, because I don't wish nobody to get assassinated, but that's interesting in Utah. So that seemed like that would be the last city that I would think that something like that had happened. But I know that's when they really get you one up. And they talking about, I'm not finna go through here not too much. And spawn a Muslim. I don't know. I'm not finna get into that part. How I think each one is swaying towards a certain demographic. Like you have, I'm not finna get into it. That's gonna be on the whole other show. Well, let me see what else is going on the news. Okay, something else I did want to talk about. They making a big deal about this. About a lot of countries declaring what's it, Palestine to be a state. a state now. So I know they pretty upset about that. That's interesting, but I ain't finna get into all of that. That Mid East talk, I gotta I want to stay within the states. But that was another title that jumped out to me. So, cause really I don't watch the news. So, and I've been working on my business today, so I wasn't able to get on top of it. But since I said I'm gonna start it, regardless on what happened, it's gotta go down. So that's all I'm gonna run with on the news. Let me see what else I can go on, so I can just go ahead and cook tonight. We got Equip Expo. We got customer service. Boom, we're gonna run with that. Oh my goodness. The importance of just trying to be self-employed. This is the last title I'm gonna speak on because I have to prepare myself for tomorrow. Man, if I can give y'all any advice, and because and I'm just gonna tell y'all how I just basically stumbled. I didn't stumble because I was consistent in our work, but I didn't see myself going into self-employment doing what I did. I had a whole nother vision of going to medical school and all type of stuff. But I stumbled off into lawn care and landscaping due to the fact that I saw myself go out there and do like basically exercise and get compensated for it. It's just I just kept growing it. It's just how I did it. And then I stumbled off into the self-employment world when everything got caught up with everything that I was doing in life. Where I had to seriously take a chance on myself and get off into the landscaping and lawn care, like really seriously, because of some stuff that I did in the past, which was nothing but misdemeanors because of some weed, just some marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but some misdemeanors, but it added up to where like it painted like such a negative picture of me when I was younger, and it carried on for so long. And then in one of the instances, the judge hammered down that I couldn't get it expunged or nothing. It was just gonna be on there. But I'm not upset because it really pushed me to like get in the self-employment field, and I started really running with it and just really working on my skill and my craft with it. And just saying all of that, it's gonna be a rough road. I'm not sure, it might not be as rough as it was for me than it was for y'all. Might be because you gonna be able to cheat it. But the sooner that you start, you are like really working on your experience. Whatever self-employment that you're trying to do, whatever you opening up. The whole secret of it is you just gotta start. That's the hardest part. It's just starting and just getting going. Because the moment you do that, you gonna start realizing and understanding how hard it really is gonna be for you just to take that leap of faith and just start something. Because every day, if you waking up and you meal doing, because I was when I worked the 9 to 5, I meal do until it all came to a head because I had a lot of things going on, like that I have not let go yet. So, and just thank goodness I was able to get away unscathed. But, I was in that other world, and then I had the 9 to 5, and then I had one man, one more landscaping. So, and then all of them collided to where it blew up to where I was forced to I picked one man, one more landscape. And I was like, that's all really I knew I can bank on. And I went on that journey. It's going to be hard in the beginning until you understand what you're trying to do. And if you in a situation to where if your credit is good and you not in like a situation where you can't utilize your credit, because I think during that time I had 2 more years left in my bankruptcy when that situation happened. So I couldn't really go out and get nothing. like on my name or nothing. And I really went on top of doing the LLC and separating myself from my business. I went on top of it like it back in. So I had to utilize all cash to like fund everything that I was doing. Like by cutting yards and everything, plus keep up my bankruptcy, which was peeling me back like 1600 a month. I had to pay at the gates before I even could do anything. It's just that drive of what you gotta take care of this that may be holding you back in the beginning. You gonna have to stomach it before you just even start reaping some rewards of that self-employment money. At least that's how it happened to me. But it taught me so much about discipline that I had to do with my money going into self-employment. Like if you think, just think, man, if you go into the 9 to 5, as long as you go in there, your check gonna be there. But when you on your own, if you don't work some or maneuver some, you gonna be broke so quick, it ain't gonna make no sense. And it's gonna be stages that you gonna have to endure until you catch your traction. Now, what I recommend, and this is like some real game, if you can, utilize that 9 to 5 while you can, just to make sure you can keep up your financial obligations. This if you haven't went out there yet on your own. What's gonna happen? And this is what I did. You gonna lose some sleep building up your side hustle on whatever you got going on. You gonna lose some sleep. This is just part of my journey. You gonna have to do both of them for a period of time until your hustle surpasses your 9 to 5. I can't make it up. When your hustle that you got on the side, mine was lawn care. When that surpasses your 9 to 5 and what that's bringing you, it's a serious time that you got to make a decision with yourself. That do you take the 9 to 5 with the securities and everything they have, and that's your health insurance, your retirement, they got all that balancing in the wind? Or do you take the chance on your business that you see you done created and is winning out here, but you need them 40 hours that you giving them, you need that for yourself. When you come to that threshold, you gonna hear me say this a lot. Pick your damn business. I don't care what they got on the line. Don't even question it. You need your time back. You done put in the time to build it up on the side. You put the time in, and you making more money out there doing whatever you're doing on the side instead of your 9 to 5. Now it's time for you to take back your life. That's all that I'm saying. Pick your business. With that extra time that you're going to be able to give to your business, you will be able to naturally spit and take care of the things that business was doing for you and keep it up. I'm going to tell you why. Because that allows you 40 extra hours a week that you can actually put into something that you built up. To where you naturally go start elevating, doing more, because whatever you in, you able to put more time towards it. You see what I'm saying? And that's like using like the 9 to 5 as your investor, and also it'll discipline you for real. Dead ass. Especially now, if you can utilize credit and things like that, you can probably grow yourself faster. But this is the thing to where like it depends on if you good with your finances now, okay, cool. You know where your money going, you real tight, frugal, to where like you ain't jacking off no money unnecessarily, or you don't know where it's going. Listen to me. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't, because like I can see that this could be a problem for you, because for you to really grow, you gotta be able to monitor your money and make sure you maximizing your profits. Because if you not on top of it really, I'm not gonna lie to you, you gonna catch hell with that growth. For real. You go catch hell. You go catch hell. If you get that loan, because this is what I say. If you separate yourself and you real good with money, I still would be afraid for a lot of people to get that bag like that for a business loan. Unless you discipline, you gotta at least spend 50% to 60% of that money on your business. But if you ain't never had a lump sum like that before in your life, or that magnitude with a business loan, just know this: you go jack it off. You gotta fuck up that first large sum of money. This is just some real game that I just know how it go because I had to do it, and I seen a lot of people do it. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I always invested 50 to 60%, even off 70% on my business. One man, one more landscape. Every time I was able to stumble off into a large sum of money, I put over half into that lawn care business to where like that's why everything that I have is paid for. I don't have no note on nothing. And I can just go out here and just kill it every day. Cause I really understand the power of just, you know what I'm saying, just really paying attention to your finance, especially when you trying to jump into that self-employment field because it's gonna get rough. Like it's stuff that you doing that you don't forecast seeing is gonna happen to you. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. And for you to grow, it takes money. But if you real good with your finances, I recommend you could definitely get a business loan and it'll help you out tremendously. But just know, if something comes up because you done took on more, just know everything that you took on is gotta get done. So just know that. And it costs a lot of money. So you gotta be mindful on jacking your money out for real. And there's a lot of things you need to really take on major stuff. Like, and there's help. Gonna need help. It's just, it's gonna be cool. I'm not trying to go into that right now, but like, work towards self-employment. If you still got the 9 to 5, just make it a side hustle. I'm gonna sum this up quick because my mind's on something else that I gotta get done tonight. But if you can, make it a side hustle at first until it surpasses your 9 to 5. If I could tell you anything, just bet on yourself. Then everything else I'm gonna leave because I don't want to jump along. I don't want to jump all over the place. I just want to stay to the topic. And right now my mind is racing. But let me see. That's enough on that self-employment talk. Let me see what else I can get y'all to go off on tonight. Cause I really don't have too much more to go. Cause I had to do everything like really on the spot. Cause I forgot time get away from me. But let me see what else I can get y'all to go off the spot. This is always the best for me. Let me see tonight. What am I on? I have to do better than I did last week. Last week was productive. I got a lot done. I did a lot of work. I got compensated for it. But I have to outdo what I did last week. That's what I'm on right now. So for me to do that, I got to get more on top of my schedule. I have to make sure that I get up earlier instead of sleeping in like how I was last week. So that's why I can get out there and have more of an attempt to do better than I did last week. Then it's supposed to be a lot of rain this week with the season transitioning finally into fall time. So I got that on my, I'm thinking about that. And I got to get these landscaping jobs done this week. Plus all the yards that I have is like ready to need to be cut again. It's crazy down here in Nashville. And I got to get all them serviced and start aerating the seed, overseeding. I have a lot on my plate that I have to try to manage and do better than I did last week. And plus work on my expo stuff. I still can't shortchange social media. And just find a way to maneuver all of this shit every day. How can I be better than I was last week? It's crazy. That's what I'm on right now. So I asked for it. I signed up for it. I was consistent at it. I just gotta figure it out, man. And I have ideas on what I'm gonna do. We just go put it in stone and just execute it. We're not gonna think about it. We're not gonna worry about it. We ain't gonna let the troubles of the world and what's gonna go on. Cause the only thing I can do is make a game plan. Just make a script that I wanna go by. But I know when I leave this house with after the top of the morning, I have it scripted, but it's going to go left somewhere. Check this out. There's no getting around it. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You can have everything planned out. You go do better than it was, but the moment you leave, you don't know how it can happen to you. Straight up. During them moments, you gonna be tested at a capacity that you may never have been tested before in life. For real. You gonna really go through some stuff. Straight up. To where you will be so hard on yourself. And it's out of your control. For real. One thing that I have learned is I just accepted that I have to go through things to learn and be a better person. There ain't no damn getting around it. Hey, don't be eating it. I know you done tore it up. My bad, y'all. Dude, you got a million pieces on the floor. I'm gonna throw it in the trash when you get done. Don't eat that, Ace, for real. Man, you gonna get sick. My bad. He done made me lose train of thought because he done tore up this new toy my sister let him get. Okay, you gonna be tested every day when you leave the house. But if you have a script that you can go by, when you get your mental back together after you get through getting tested, like something don't go right, you can always resort back to that and just get your pivot back. Because the more you concentrate on how bad it's messed up, you ain't moving forward, you stagnant. It got you pinned down. But if you can get past them moments, and it's gonna happen 3 or 4 times a day, it's how long is your recoup period? You know what I'm saying? If that make any sense. Like how long do it take when something don't go your way for you to get right back on the ball with it like it did never happen? It's that recoup period. Cause a lot of things, man, it don't even be on you. It be on some other situation. It just had to happen to you. But you can't lean on it or stay on it for too while because it'll get you off the pathway that you know you should be on. You know what I'm saying? And that's with your what you written out. For real. I had 2 Wheaties RIP this week. More broke today and I had to get it fixed. Got home and keys went in the storm. Golly! 25 yards behind. It took too much time off with this week. Gotta keep going. Golly! Oh man, mobile money. Thank goodness gracious, fam. Is I want to ask you how you do that zigzag with a regular lawnmower on the lawn. You talking about a regular push mower? It'll be real hard for you. Something to do better. Yeah, man, you better. With a regular lawnmower, my bad. I just read them comments, man. That gonna be tough for you. If you got some type of a rider or something, I can teach you some aspects, but you gotta have something with some hydros on it. You can do it with a push mower, but you gonna be tired when you done with it. For real, you gonna be extremely tired. But mobile money, hey man, keep the good thought, bro. You supposed to go through all of that shit so you can be better. It's something that you gotta go through so you can be better. And somebody asked me what type of blades I use. Man, I use high lift blades right now because the grass is still growing. I'm getting ready to transition into some gator blades when the leaves start falling so I can mulch them up better. But right now I use my sponsor be sending me Oregon blades, Red Dog. They do pretty good. They really lift it up really. They lift the grass up really tough. I mean, they some good blades they be sending me. I can't even lie. If it's not the Oregon blades, and I'm using my brand that I run, which is Exmark. I'm using my Exmark blades that I get at the dealership, and they high lift. So that's what I run right now. When I'm striping real tough within the season, because a lot of people want inquiring about that, I run nothing but high lift blades. High lift. I need that grass to lift all the way up, especially that pretty fescue. And that's the only way you go get it to cut it at that maximum level. You need high lift blades. So, what's up from Louisiana? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I just read your comments from earlier. Okay, cool. But all right, y'all, I appreciate y'all tapping in. This is gonna be a conclusion to the Real Talk Live on Sunday. And we're gonna pick this up and it's gonna be better. Next week it's gonna be better. It's gonna be more stage. I'm gonna be more ready. But if I'm not, the show still goes on. The show definitely still goes on. What is that said, man? You know it, brother. This part of the game we signed up for paid tuition, losses and lessons. Man, that's the only way you gonna learn, man. Mobile money's a. That's the only way we gonna learn, man. If you anything like me, and I'm doing a lot better than what I was, for real. But it's like I listen to certain people who able to reach me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for me to take advisement from people because they come off so crazy, and I ain't never with that. But if people reach me, I'm starting to listen a lot more. That way, I can cheat the game and just not hit my head up against the pavement like I had to learn. You know what I'm saying, on what not to do, or how I can be more preventative on a lot of things that I wasn't preventative in the past. Before stuff started going left, I started making time to make sure shit didn't go left. And when it does go left for me now, it's it. I probably already been there before, so I'm able to come up faster. It's just when new things come up, it's like anything new that come up you never dealt with before in your life, and it kind of got you off your rocker, and you got to get your pivot back, meaning you got to get back to normality. Because whatever event happened, it has you so far thrown off left field to where you're thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to figure out why and all this shit, and you're not thinking about what you need to be doing in the moment. And it could be anything that'll come up with on the day. It's just how it happens. For real. But the moment you can understand it and be like, I bet it's just something I gotta go through. But it ain't, I'm not gonna let this stop me. And it just be that simple. And just do what you have to do to get through them moments, you gonna be all right. For real. And you can slow your mind down and stop beating yourself up. That's it. You will be straight. And don't overwhelm. If you miss, you miss. Fuck it. You still gotta go on and just don't let it, you know what I'm saying, take you too far off your pivot, because life still gonna go on. You just need to have better control of your mind and just don't lose it or stay left field for a long period of time. Cause that just ain't cool. And I'm still working on that my damn self. The ego side, listen, learn from others and their mistakes. Hell yeah. Because don't get it twisted, fam. I still deal with the same shit that I be telling y'all. That's what I be working on. But you go fall victim depending on how it happened to you. And I still be making decisions. I'm like, man, bro, like you could have chilled. You didn't have to do it. Like, damn, bro, you gotta calm down. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? Cause like sometimes it'll just catch me off guard, and you just gotta overreact, or you know what I'm saying, or I could have taken a different approach, but whatever I do, I double down, stamp everything. But I'd be like, it's a learning lesson, and I won't do it like it on the next go round. But I always hammer everything down, and I definitely approve everything that y'all done heard me say. I definitely approve the message. I ain't gonna lie, whenever I said anything, I definitely approve the message from here since I've been on social media. I approve everything because it was me doing that moment. But I appreciate y'all for tagging in. First time hopping on here on the line with you. What's that money making me go? Yeah, man, on Sundays I do a real talk live to where I go live every Sunday, but like during the week, I'm live every morning in the 6 o'clock hour when I'm heading to work and it, I mean, when I'm heading to the fields to just cut some yards or service some lawns. Like I go live every day at 6 something, and I'm live on Facebook every afternoon when I'm coming in. Like I've been doing that for a minute now. Now I'm finna launch back my real talk lives to where I'm gonna start having people come on here with me. I just gotta figure out they gonna have to come on my other platform, and I'm about to pull them in. So I'm gonna start launching that to where I'm gonna really go get on top of this thing when my season slow down. I'm gonna have it so tight right, but I just need time to just be able to figure everything out on the other end. But I gotta pick my business first that's making me my money. So, but I'm maneuvering to the best of my ability with the social media, what I got going on in real life too. I'm maneuvering this thing. So we just go keep going and make sure I could consistently just make sure I get stuff up every day. And I still got like 15 clips I got to put up from last week, and I got to get them up before I can even put this week's clips up. Because I hate that I'm piling them like that, but bro, it's so hard juggling what I can have on my plate with all these platforms and everything. And I'm behind on responses. And normally I used to respond to everybody. It's getting harder and harder, man. For real. I ain't gonna even lie. But I appreciate y'all tapping in. The ones that been there supporting me from the beginning. I definitely appreciate y'all. And y'all just stay with me, man. The top of the morning gotta come out in like literally 8, 9 hours. 9, 10 hours I gotta be up. No, 8 hours. Yeah, about 8 hours. Top of the morning gonna be up. So I appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all stay with me until the morning for real. And it's up.